Welcome to Two Chicks and a Horror Flick, a weekly horror movie review podcast. I'm Tawny Ray.
And I'm Felicia Connor. Subscribe to get new episodes every Wednesday. We dive into trivia, drink a little whiskey, and of course, give our no BS opinions.
Join our Discord server or message us on social media to talk all things scary.
And if you like the show, consider supporting us on Patreon.
You can find all these links on our website, twochicksandahorrorflick.com. Thanks for listening.
Now let's get scared.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our last episode of the year, our year in review. Yay.
Ooh.
I love these. It's always so much fun to look back and look at all of our stats and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I love it too. Reminisce.
Yes.
And we got to do it twice because for our anniversary episode, we reminisced as well. That was nice.
Yeah, that was so fun. I was looking back through our episodes, obviously, for this, and I was like, damn. I do think... Okay, so before we recorded, I said I don't have a favorite episode, but I actually think that's my favorite episode. So
that was a fun one.
That we recorded. Yeah.
Yes.
So fun. Okay, so before we get into our normal year in review stuff, Miriam, what are you drinking?
I am drinking lemon water. Big old jug of lemon water. And I also, right before we hit record, drank my Magic Mind.
Nice.
Yum. Yum, yum.
Yeah.
I saw somebody, it was like an advert. It was somebody that was reviewing it. And she was, I think maybe she's an affiliate or something because it was like a little advertisement thing. But anyways, she was like, she goes, I don't know about the taste, but I love what it does. And I'm like, ooh, I love the taste.
Yeah.
I love the flavor of this little thing, but I love green juices. So
right. That's exactly what I was just about to say. Yeah. You and I both really enjoy green juices, ones that are like really green, not just a bunch of apple juice like pumped into it to make it sweet. Yeah. I specifically now when I look for green juice, I look for the least amount of sugar I can find.
Yes.
So I think we may be the, I don't know, minority there opinion on green juice.
Loving the flavor of green juices.
Yeah. Also drank mine. And I have some water right now for now. But it's been really nice. I'm in that like weird in between time, between Christmas and New Year's where it's like I'm off of work, but you just totally lose track of time and you're like, what day is it? I've thought it's the wrong day, like 4 days in a row now. And I'm like just lost in time. And it's kind of great because it's like nice and relaxing, but it's also been nice to drink Magic Mind during this time because otherwise it's just, like total
lazy
nothingness.
Days.
Yeah, totally. Like, I mean, I have been playing a lot of Cult of the Lamb. So, but
you need focus for that.
That's true.
Right. Totally.
You're right. Yeah, that does take a lot of planning, brain power. Like, you have to be engaged in that for sure. But yeah, it's been nice because I have gotten some stuff done. Thanks to Magic Mind. So
that's awesome. I've lived it too for the exact same reason. And we got a new Xbox for my husband and I got an Xbox and we were talking about it in our Discord community about gaming together. And I know that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, I need a lot of focus for that. You're being back new to gaming and having a killer chase me and it's
And
awesome.
It's also stressful, right? So you need something else to also calm you. Energy focus, but calm so that you're not having an anxiety attack playing the video game.
Precision playing. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, as always, you can go to magicmind.com/chicks20 to get 48% off of your first subscription order and 20% off of any order using the code chicks20.
Yeah, go do it right away. Start your new year off right.
Yeah, get that focus going early.
Water, that's the activator, and it's a water tumbler. I love it.
Yay, I'm so glad. I was like, fucking perfect.
Yeah, it's so perfect. I so appreciate it.
Awesome. But yeah, I think that's it for me.
Okay. That's it for me too.
Yeah. at least for now. So let's talk about highs from this year. And do you want to start with some of your personal? We'll do personal and podcast. So do you want to start with some of your personal highs?
Yeah. And then, okay, yeah, absolutely. My personal highs. So I went in order of my year because that's how I was remembering what I actually did this year. And I'm sure I forgot things. But the big things that stick out that I don't forget is flying to New York with TT for our conversion. Yeah. Most definitely. Right after that, the cruise to Alaska with my husband was amazing. Right after that, the writing retreat with my writing community in Colorado was amazing.
Yeah.
Right after that, Tawny and Jade's visit was super fucking amazing. And so then fun. Right after that just happened, my friends Noelle and Mindy coming to visit. I mean, we haven't seen them in years and years and years. So that was a nice way to wrap up the year.
That's awesome.
How about you?
Yeah. I have just a few things. I was like really struggling to remember this year at all. I feel like that always happens at the end of the year for me. I'm like, what happened? I don't even know.
Yeah, like these things I mentioned are big things, right? Yeah. Like I had to travel and do if I didn't have those things, I'd be like, because there's lots of beautiful little moments throughout the year, but I don't remember what they are.
Like moment to moment. Yeah, moment to moment. You don't really remember. Yeah. So for me, I just got a new laptop, which I'm very excited about. Yay. Because I think it's been like 10 plus years since I bought myself a new laptop. I got a new laptop, kind of. It was Jade's dad's laptop that he gave me a few years ago, but it is a MacBook Air. It's like from like 2011. Like it's like a pretty old, very just basic laptop. And I wanted something that I could edit on because I'm editing on Jade's computer, which is fine. It's supposed to be ours so that we can share it. But sometimes it is kind of a pain to be like, hey, can I kick you off the computer to spend 2 hours editing, you know? So I wanted that, but also my old one like slowed way down. So I just needed something faster. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, that's a big.
Yeah. I just got it like 3 days ago. But yeah, so I'm recording on it right now for the first time. And I get to use my second monitor also because my other little MacBook Air didn't support having a second display. So that's why I'm looking off to the side if you're watching our YouTube video for my notes. But yeah, so then we also obviously visited you. That was one of my highlights of the year. And I feel like that's kind of personal and pod. So I'm plugging it here. But I actually put it in the pod one. But I feel like we also travel wise, we went to Universal Studios in like February, really early in the year. So that was really fun with family. And I fell into a really good place with my work and my career. I feel like for the first time, I feel just like everything's kind of aligned. Like,
oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah. Like I feel confident. I feel like I'm doing a good job. I like what I'm doing. I like where I'm doing it. And like, I felt like that for a while, but I feel like this year, the thing that fell into place was the kind of the confidence in it, you know? So that's awesome. And then my biggest thing I'm actually saving for the end here is that I got my student loans forgiven.
That's incredible.
It's such a big deal, dude. I think I talked about this a few months ago when I got the email, but I kind of had just like written it off. Like I was like, oh, this is not going to happen, especially with just the administration turning over. I was like, there's not enough time, I don't think, to like see this through. But it came through. And
it's so big.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So I actually got paid back for all the money that I've spent over the last, 11 years, like paying for my student loans, which is just amazing. It's such a game changer in terms of finances. Mm-hmm. I just have I've never had this much money in my bank account before. And two, it just opens up so many opportunities. And I really just feel like the end of this year there was just kind of a lot in a row. Like that happened. And then also for Christmas, Jade got a check from his grandmother who passed, like her estate. She had said that she wanted to send each of her grandkids some money. And so we got that on Christmas, and that is going to be a high for 2025. So put a pin in that. But we were able to also pay off our credit card, which we've been trying to pay off for 5-6 months. And we have been paying it off, we've been paying it down significantly, but we just were able to like knock out the last bit of it there with a little bit of that money. So not the estate money, sorry, but my student loans for sure. So yeah, it's just been really awesome for like financially.
You've had a financial sweep of really amazing luck, or not luck, but a really amazing energy, whatever.
Yeah,
this is so totally awesome.
No, totally. That's exactly right. It's like I was thinking, this is gonna sound so fucking rich of me right now. We also got a little bit of a bonus at my work just for like a Christmas bonus. And so I took some of that money and went and got a massage yesterday. And while I'm getting the massage, I'm like laying there, just, vibing, being relaxed. And I was thinking to myself, like, I think this year is probably one of my best years of my life. And I feel like the last few years are some of the best, are probably the best years of my life. Like, I just feel like there's so much that we've accomplished just in the last few years. Like, I love my job, I moved into my new job, and then the next year we bought a house, and like, we just still every day we're like, I love this house. I love our house so much. It's like so nice. We just love it so much. And I'm just like, man, this is so great. It just feels really like we're in a really great place. So, obviously very privileged place to be, getting a massage, thinking about how great my life is. But
that's so awesome.
But it's good, right?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I love that for you. For you both. You guys are really good people, and it like brings joy to my heart to hear that. Yeah.
Thanks. I don't know why I said thanks. Thank you for having joy in your heart for us. No, but I mean, yeah, it's awesome. And yeah, so those were my personal highs. You want to do pod highs?
Pod highs. I would say the first thing that came to my mind and the first thing I wrote down was the community engagement on our Discord community. Yeah. This year has been the year, and really in the last half of the year, where I've been most engaged and really just connecting with people. And I love going in there, and they are all connecting with each other and sharing. And it's just so much. It's become this little family in the Discord community. And I've really, really enjoyed that. I find myself, because before, I think it was just because there's so much to do, like make sure I'm posting on Instagram, and then work, and then kids, and then everything, that popping into the Discord, I didn't do that often, even though I would pop in and look and see how people are, and always really enjoy it. And every time someone joins, I get so excited. But this time I was like, I'm going to really get in there and get to know the people that are in our horror community. And I've really enjoyed it. Now I find myself just like, Christmas morning, hey, I got an Xbox. What game should I play? Yeah. And just like supporting each other. So that I've really enjoyed that, and keep doing that. I also feel like some of my lifelong favorite movies I've watched lots of movies this year that I love, like really love. Yeah. And so that's been really great been really great. And my last thing I have here is recording in person. Mm-hmm. Second time seeing each other in person and getting an opportunity to record such an epic fucking movie in person was so amazing. So those are my pod highlights.
Awesome. I have the same pod highlights.
Nice. We're aligned. See, now don't you even feel more aligned with
Yes. No, Jade, on I think like multiple occasions this year, my phone would be, sitting on a table or in the, like in the car where, we're driving and it's kind of up there. And like on multiple occasions, he's been watching things like it just like will ding like over and over again because people are talking in the Discord. And he's like, your Discord is popping off right now. And I'm like, I know. It's fucking awesome that people go in and have conversations just about whatever. Like, I love it a lot. And I could do a better job of engaging more. I try to. I just struggle. I think I struggle with online communication. It just is like not something that I think about or do. And I like, once again, this year, I'm like, man, I should have posted more online, or I should have talked to people more, but I just struggle with it. And I feel like if you've ever been in person with me, which you have, like, that if I'm fucking sitting in front of you, like I'm present in that. That's what I'm doing. I'm fully engaged in that. And I just, for some reason, have a hard time translating that to a digital thing, which is frustrating for me. Like, I really want to be able to do that. I don't know. I just find myself like I can't, but I am going to try to be better about it. And I also kind of did the same thing this year, though, where I was like, I got that substance shirt and immediately posted it in our Discord. I was like, look at this. Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I think we all know that about you because you have mentioned it earlier on, like going onto social media is not really your thing and posting. Yeah. And honestly, I try to post some stuff on my personal one, but sometimes I'm not sure what or why I'm in this place, right? So I've been like focused on our podcast one, but still I haven't been posting a lot on the podcast. I'll go in like spurts of, posting something and then not. But the Discord community, what I wanted to say is we know this about you and love you. And when you do post, it's great.
I like pop in like
you
once
pop
every
in and mic drop some really great stuff, whether it's sharing that picture or sharing the picture, of your new shirt, or responding to some conversation and getting into that for a little bit and then, bouncing out. I think that what you contribute to the community is awesome. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't put any stress on yourself.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for giving me that permission, I guess.
Yeah. You don't need to worry about that. If you want to be in there more, but don't beat yourself up. I like that
environment so much more though, over like Instagram or whatever, like comments back and forth is like really, I don't know. There's just so much friction to have that interaction that I do love being able to just like hop on and fucking chat with. It's more of a chat. It's a chat room.
Yeah.
So
it's more of a chat or like text messaging someone back and forth. Like, I found that I really love this medium too, way more than social media, actually. Yeah. So
this is definitely more our vibe than like a comment or even like a TikTok. Like, I think it was like last year that I was like, I want to do TikToks, but I like never did it just because it's, God, it's like so much work and for what? You know what I mean? Like just so I can like look at my face for the next, 30 minutes while I edit a video so that I can put my face out. I don't know. It feels like.
This is my struggle too. This is honestly my struggle too with this whole TikTok. We were watching a Mr. Beast episode where he had influencers come onto his show for some sort of a game. And just watching them, because obviously they were going to get views too. So there was times throughout the game where they could record all of them in this different, and if anyone's seen this, they know exactly what I'm talking about, in this different areas of this cube being like, hey, now we're doing this and now we're doing this. And I started to think like when I was driving to the store to pick up brisket for a dinner, I was thinking, oh, I could pick it up and be like, hey, we're headed down to Casa Grande to go to a kosher deli and we're going to give blah. And just thinking of doing that, I was like, oh
God, yeah, it like makes you so tired. Yeah. And you're like,
oh, look at, hey, we're gaming. And I'm just like, oh, and I end up not posting anything. Like, this sounds exhausting.
I know. I keep doing it too. Like I use this app called Dailyo, which like, I'm sure I've talked about in these episodes and I've told you about a bunch, but every day you log your you log things like your mood, and you can put notes and whatever. And every year it gives you like a year in review, and you can see really cool stats. And every single year I'm like, I should post this on social media, and I fucking don't. I'm like, I don't know for what, I guess. Like, I think it's cool, I guess, because people can see it. And if they like that, they can go get it too. But so much work.
Yeah.
For, like, I don't know. For what? I love that people love doing that. Like,
oh yeah, me too. And they're good at it.
Yeah.
And they're good at it because they love doing it.
Totally. But it's just like not our thing, you know?
Yeah.
So that's okay. I like how we have this conversation every single year. Yes. I think we've had this same conversation every single year. It's just me apologizing for not being active on social media and digitally, but God.
And me saying I'm not as active as I should be, you know, and then there we go.
And then life happens, and it's hard to do that. But, you know, we're in there. We're talking with people. So that's something. And I do appreciate that people, we have a good amount of people engaged in there, like throwing in stuff about movies. And I just love that. I love that people are having conversations, even if I'm not involved, you know, like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. So
yeah, I agree.
And then obviously visiting you was the best. It was so fun.
Yeah.
I said this when we did it, but I've never had a vacation where we like visit friends and who are also homebodies. And it was just like so nice and like restorative, because I just like I told you this before we recorded, I don't have the energy to fucking plan anything outside of my day job, because my day job is planning. And just this year, more than any other year, I get done with that on weeknights, weekends, and when I'm off work, I got nothing left in the tank for it. So like, it's just nice to fucking sit around and not have to be like, where are we going and when? Can we plan around traffic? What's the best time to get there? Whatever, like all just the considerations is like, I can't, you know? So it's so fun to just fucking chill out, talk to you guys, get to know you, eat good food, watch some cool shit. Amazing.
I am so happy to hear that. I actually talk about that all the time as the perfect visit. I just told my friends that were here how much I loved it, because it just was, when I say no effort, what I mean is because there was effort. We put, of course, we wanted to feed you, and we talked and we hung out and we did all this wonderful stuff. It was just like I see all the time, or like family. I don't even want to say like family, because sometimes family takes a lot of effort. I don't know what it was. It was just, you were here, and I had mentioned, I wanted them to feel comfortable and relaxed, to tell me, hey, I'm bored, let's go do something, or no, this is perfect. And it was awesome, because I looked over and Jade was just curled up and asleep on the sofa. Just came in and just decided, I'm going to fall asleep on the sofa. And it was like the epitome of, you were comfortable in this environment, and we were comfortable with each other, that we didn't feel like we needed to be on and doing stuff all the time. And also I didn't feel like, I never have anything planned when people come and visit. Like it's when my mom comes and visit, for example, she'll be like, what should we go do? And I'm like, I don't know. Is there something you want to go do? Because but you had the same vibe, you and Jade. And it was just so, I'm going on and on about this. Anyways, it was just like so perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So fun. What a great trip. It was great. Yeah. Okay. So I think our next thing that we'll do is our favorite movie or movies that we've watched this year.
Yeah. Do you want to start this one?
Yeah, sure.
Or I can. Either way.
I can go first. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually did a top 5, because I usually do this at the end of the year. I just like doing it. It's usually for our Stabbies prep that we do with Horror Movie Crew in them, but I think we might record that in January. We've been kind of having some talks on that, but I usually like, because I started doing it for that, and now I just like to do it to get an idea of my top 10 of the year and what all I watched and what I haven't and still want to watch and all of that. So I think my top 5 in order. Number 1, The Substance, obviously. I think this is going to be my favorite movie of the year, hands down. not even just horror movies. 2, Alien Romulus, gave that a 5. So that's up there. 3 was Oddity, which I gave a 4.9. 4 was A Quiet Place Day 1, which is great. I gave that a 4.8. And my last one, actually, we haven't talked about, we didn't do an episode on it, but I decided that it's Lisa Frankenstein. I haven't like rated it in my head or anything, but this was such a fun movie. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's awesome. I still got to see that movie.
I know, it was really fun.
Really liked it. Okay.
I do feel like I watched a record number of the same year movies this year. Usually I'm way behind and I'm trying to catch up in December, but this year, because we did that summer movies pass thing, we watched a lot in theaters, and I think that helped a lot because the rest of my list is just like actually long. I watched a ton of 2024 movies. So it was cool. I like being in the know. We recorded, I think, probably a record number of like, not a record number, but I think this was like the first year where we didn't go back and do a whole lot of like older movies. Yeah. A lot of the movies we did were very recent. So
yeah, I agree with you. I feel like it was a record. I know for me, because I'm looking at our thing here and I added some of the years in our spreadsheet. There's like a ton of 2024 movies, and we haven't done that a lot in the past where we saw a lot of movies for the same year. And it's definitely a year that I've watched the most movies that were from that year. I mean, maybe last year, but I literally cranked them out in like a week and a half for the stabbies.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're right. Like looking at this, how many is this? Like of 2024 episodes, we did like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of our 21 episodes
8 of 21
were 2024 movies. So almost half.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, yeah. What were your favorite movies?
So when I put down my were my favorite, most memorable, I wrote them down. I also have 5. And then when I went to go make a separate list of what are my 5-star movies for the podcast, they were the same movies. So I realized, okay, I feel real solid in the 5s that I gave out this year because it's still lingering. It wasn't hard for me. These were the movies that popped right into my head. Then I looked at our list to make sure that I had the right ones. So let's see. If I was to do it in order, I can't. So I'm not going to.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm just going to let you know what they are. I would probably say The Substance is number 1. I mean, there's just so much, especially with your visit, seeing it with you, the movie itself. I can't stop thinking about it or talking about it. So
I know. And then recording our episode in person.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Fun.
It's just like epic. So The Substance, you know what's a movie that I still keep thinking about and I have to revisit? Black Christmas. I know that's totally random, but people have said, oh yeah, I've heard people say, oh yeah, Black Christmas. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to see that movie. My reaction is so excited. But anyway, I digress. The Substance. All right. The next one I have is Saltburn. I also had a huge emotional reaction to that, and I still think about it, and I still love it. A Quiet Place Day 1. The Black Coat's Daughter. Makes sense. I mean, I was pretty binged the crap out of the movie. And the last is something that we have not seen together, but I just can't stop thinking about it. The Zone of Interest.
Oh yeah, dude. We talked about it then, but this has been on my list, and
this movie was a masterpiece. When I think of this, I think masterpiece, an absolute work of art. So those would be my top 5.
Okay. Damn. Okay. Yeah. I maybe should have put Saltburn on my list, but I was only thinking about 2024 releases, not necessarily all the movies that we talked about this year.
So if I switch that up, because The Black Coat's Daughter was not a 2024 movie, then maybe I would pop in.
I mean, your list is your list, you know? You don't have to change it to what I had.
I mean, I'm not changing it, but if it was going to be just 2024 movies, I couldn't do it. Maybe I would put in The Devil's Bath in there. But then other than that, I'm going to have to I would have to look it up, and y'all don't want to wait for that. Oh, yeah, there were some good ones though. I mean, we had The Offering, The Ritual, Leave the World Behind, Lamb. I know I watched the other Lamb, and that was there's a lot, but
yeah,
meh.
I'm kind of like for some reason I lump even though we did record those this year, I lump them in with 2023 because Leave the World Behind and The Offering were 2023 movies.
Yes,
and those were great. I loved them a lot. But yeah, I just went with 2024. But
I interpreted it the movies that I loved that I watched in this year. But that was good. So you got a mix. You got a mix of both. Because mine might be very similar to Tawny's, with Romulus and stuff like that, if we're focusing on that.
Totally. And we will talk about our top 5 average movies from this year. And it will sound very familiar from that list for sure. And mine. So let's talk about most disappointing movie or movies. I only did one, but
okay.
Do you want me to go first again?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. This is also not one that we've done an episode on, but for me, I think it's Long Legs. I
still haven't seen that. Shoot.
Man, I didn't really have high expectations of this personally, but because of the buzz that was generated with it, like I did think that it was going to be really scary, and I was excited about that. So we talked about this, but most disappointing movie really sort of insinuates that there was a high expectation that then disappointed you. And the only movie that is the highest on that list for me is Long Legs. Like I went in thinking it was going to be scary, and I was very much let down.
Man, it does look like it's going to be good. Because I watched the trailer again and I was like, ooh, should I pay? Should I rent this? Because it looks, but then in the last episode, you're like, no, don't. So I didn't. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once it's free somewhere, do it. But yeah. What about you?
Disappointing. So we were just talking about this because hands down, In a Violent Nature was the worst movie I've watched all year. But I don't know if at first I was like, but disappointing means that I went into it intending it to be good.
Yeah.
And so I think for that, The Watchers, it wasn't horrible, but I really was excited about this concept and thought that it fell apart. The Watchers, Cuckoo, I was really excited for that too. But again, it wasn't horrible. And I still think it was a really cool concept. I think it was just too weird, maybe. But again, I enjoyed The Watchers. Disappointed me. Cuckoo, it's still, I mean, I watched it and it was an interesting feeling. In a Violent Nature, though, I kind of circled back to it. I was expecting it not to be good. It met my expectations, but it exceeded my expectations. It exceeded the level of...
That's a good point.
Just bleh. Yeah. So maybe that I'm going to go back to it. Okay. That one exceeded the level of terrible movie that I was even expecting. So
yeah, you've convinced me on that. So I'll do the same thing. Like Long Legs and In a Violent Nature was very disappointing from that standpoint, because I also kind of didn't go in with super high expectations. But people had talked it up again. There was all this buzz about it. So I was like, maybe, but it doesn't look that good. But it did far exceed both of our expectations of how bad it was going to be. It was painful movie for us. But yeah, I agree. And then I also thought of Cuckoo. Like Cuckoo was, I agree. There was like interesting things happening, and I really like fucking Dan Stevens. I was so excited. I just loved watching him in movies, but that one just sort of unraveled as it went. I felt like,
yeah, I feel like it could have been maybe even a top scorer. This idea and the actors in it, and it was so unnerving and creepy, and then it just,
like dissipated. Maybe we should do an episode on this one.
Yeah, maybe we should. I'll rewatch it. So, I mean, I guess it wasn't that horrible that I don't want to rewatch it. I'm curious. Then I could, yeah.
I agree. And I think we maybe with some research, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So I remove it from my most disappointing. So I have In a Violent Nature #1, and then The Watchers, because I was thinking that was going to be good. And I was like, wow, they really kind of shit the bed on that one.
Yeah, that sucks.
It wasn't horrible, but
yeah, but not good. Okay, so let's go back to our top 5 averaged from this year, which I think will be obvious. So in order, we've got number 1 and 2 are tied. It's The Substance and Saltburn with a perfect score, 2 5s, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Movie makers,
good job.
Good job.
Me, good job. Just kidding.
Barry Keoghan, good job. Yeah, I'm excited about this because last year we specifically did not get any perfect score movies, and we were like, we have to do it next year. We have to watch them. And so we got 2
right out the gate.
Yeah. And then the rest, I did actually a 6th one because we had 4 movies at 4.9. So they were tied, and I just included the last one. So we have Leave the World Behind. That one was great.
That was great.
Oddity.
Great.
Loved it. Alien Romulus. Also
awesome.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
And A Quiet Place Day 1.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
great
yeah.
movies.
Really great movies. I stand by those scores.
Yeah, same. So that brings our all-time perfect score number up to 8, which isn't a lot, actually. I was thinking, like, damn, we've done a lot of episodes.
We're going into our 5th year.
Yeah, like, to only have 8 perfect scores. But I fucking super stand by this list. I'm like, yeah, if somebody were to ask us, maybe we should just put this somewhere on social media or whatever.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Like, our favorite horror movies of all time, if you want to watch really great ones, it's Hereditary, Black Christmas, Audition, It, Antichrist, Parasite, Saltburn, and The Substance.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, fuck yeah. Yes. I feel so good about that. Yeah.
I'm proud of us.
Me too.
There might be some susness going on within the other scores of movies that I come across when I look, and I'm like, I don't know about that, but those are a solid yes.
Yeah, I still feel so like rock solid on these being the top, the best of the best that we've watched. They're so good. And one thing that I noticed too is that the good majority of them are semi-recent movies, which is, I think, awesome, because I think a lot of the time you get kind of the classics lumped into like a best of all time list. And, you know, it's like Halloween, Friday the 13th. I don't know if people, you know, like it's like that one, I feel like it's not the best movie, but it's like a great experience for people, or like The Shining.
Even The Exorcist.
Totally.
I mean, The Exorcist is great, but Omen, they're like,
The Thing.
You have to think that these are the most wonderful, perfect movies ever if you like horror.
Yes, exactly. And I feel, I'm sure I've talked about this before too, but like, I feel like the horror community sort of gets a rap as like, it's all slashers. Like, you know, It's like, if you love horror, you have to love Freddy, Jason, whatever. And like, I don't hate those movies, most of them, but, but we don't think that they're the best of the best. Like here's our best of the best. And a huge amount of them are actually recent, which I just think is cool. Because
me too.
Every fucking list, even of the top movies of all time, you know, you see like Casablanca, like, I'm like, bro, there are great movies happening right now.
Yeah. Yes. Well said.
Thanks.
Yeah. There are good movies. There are amazing movies happening right now. And that's awesome. I love that these new movies have come in and ranked so high. We want we don't want just a bunch of sequels and remakes and all of that shit. No, come with these new ideas, these new concepts, these new stories, and blow our minds.
Yeah.
We're hungry for it.
Totally. And actually the only one on our list that is a remake is It. You know, that was a remake of the TV miniseries and the book.
But it was way better.
So good.
They were the original. I mean, listen.
Yeah, I know. Come on. Anyway, okay, so that's great. Those are our loves. And then our bottom 5 average from this year, we had an interesting jump. So our absolute lowest score clearly is In a Violent Nature with a 0.6 average. The lowest score of all time, which we'll get to our all time in a second. But then the next one is a huge jump because the next one is a 3.0, which is pretty middle of the road.
Yeah.
And we have Beetlejuice and Lamb at 3.0.
Yeah, and those were, I agree with those scores still, and they were fun. So we didn't experience a lot of really bad. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good year.
I'm glad about that too. Yeah. And then, so at number 4 from the bottom, we have The Omen, which was the 3.1.
That was my fault. Sorry, guys.
No worries. It was, it was one of those like older ones that I do feel like I like the concept and some of the scenes and stuff. I liked it probably more than you did.
Yeah, I think this was one of those ones where nostalgia wise, I had really great memories, and then the rewatch didn't. It'd probably be better if I went into it and never had seen it again or something.
Yeah. I don't know about that. But then the next one is The Neon Demon, which is a 3.4.
Yeah, and I liked that movie. I'd watch it again.
Yeah. It's not the most substantive movie, but it's pretty to look at and it's kind of fun. So
it's interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so then our all-time lowest scores, I just did 5. Sorry. I just did 5 on this one. So obviously, I just said In a Violent Nature is our all-time lowest score with a 0.6. And then we kind of do a jump to Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which was a 1.
Okay.
And then next we have Otis, which is a 1.13, which is a very weird decimal.
Wow,
I don't know how
Otis
we got
went
there.
up. You're moving up, Otis. You went up a little bit.
Nice job, buddy. Okay, and then we have My Best Friend's Exorcism, which is a 1.9. That's the one I did with Paige. And then Near Dark at 1.9.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with all of those.
Yeah. But I was thinking like, man, there just are so many fucking bad movies, Like,
do you think in 2025 we should try to get more bad movies in?
I think we might. I think that might be good for us to we talk about this a lot too, like fleshing out the bottom part of our thing. Maybe we should because I actually found finally there was this movie that I watched when I was a teenager, and I remember just being like, that's the stupidest fucking. I was so mad about it when I walked away from the movie, and I haven't been able to figure out the name of it for years because it's really similar to another horror movie title. But I found it and I saved it to my watch list on Amazon. So maybe we should do a month where we both pick like one of the worst movies that we've seen that the other one hasn't, and fucking subject ourselves to some torture.
I might have you watch the Sorority Massacre.
Okay.
I don't have Shudder anymore, but this sounds like fun. We could, even if we wanted to do a month, we could do like Janky June or
totally
something sucky September. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no G month, so we can't do like garbage, but
we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But yeah, I think that would be good. I think that'd be fun to see some more things. It's only going to make us appreciate the ones we like even more.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's some bullshit out there for sure. Okay, so now let's talk about our download stats. Mm-hmm. So we are actually of all time downloads, our whole podcast life, we're at 49,811 total downloads. So we are just 200-ish downloads, y'all, away from 50K.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Okay.
It's right around the corner. I mean, I feel like, most of our episodes get a few hundred downloads right in the first 7 days. So I think this episode will put us over.
So we're going to start 2025 with 50K.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get that social media graphic ready.
Cool. Great. Thank you. And then our top 5 downloaded episodes are similar, but there's one surprise here. So our top one is still Veronica with 1530. Next is Megan is Missing. This one surprised me.
Really?
Yeah, of all the movies, I just was like, this is such a not super talked about movie, I think. And it's not, I don't know, just super well known. And I feel like those are the ones that usually get downloaded the most, are the most popular movies. So this one was really
I wonder if
surprising to
someone
me.
named Megan went missing during that time. A real
And
human, and they thought it was true crime.
Maybe. Yeah.
Don't know.
I don't know either, but interesting.
Yeah.
Barbarian was our third.
Okay.
Hereditary is next. And then the Blair Witch Project.
All right.
So, yeah.
That's solid. That's solid.
The only other podcast stat that I pulled that I thought was interesting is I think for the first time, our top pod platform has become Spotify. Up until now, it's been Apple Podcasts, but now we're like 37% Spotify, 25% Apple Podcasts. So that's interesting, and it made me think that we should really be paying attention to what's going on over there. Like, I wonder if we have reviews on Spotify that we haven't seen.
I don't think you can, and unless I don't know how to do it, I don't think that you can leave reviews on Spotify. Okay, because I did see this. I created a graphic where it says, follow us on your favorite podcatcher. Sorry if you guys hear the noise, someone's getting ice. But they were like, follow us on your favorite podcatcher. And so I had to remove Google Pods because they don't have it anymore, and then remove another one. And I had to add different ones. So then I thought the same thought as you. And I thought to myself, what are there? Sorry, I'm obviously looking up the podcast and trying to talk, and this is not my specialty. Are there reviews on Spotify if this is like the number one spot? And unless I don't know how, which is possible, to find reviews, I don't see any reviews.
Okay.
Like, I don't see a place where you can leave a review.
Okay.
It does say, though, right here, 4.7 stars, and it has a 52 around it. But wait a second. I do have an option to rate the show, but I don't know how to see. You know why? I know why. Okay, we're going to look into it. I pulled it up on my phone, which is my personal account. I bet we have to go to our podcast account on Spotify. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll look into it.
We'll look into it. We'll do a little more focus on this. I wonder why. I notice people are talking a lot more about Spotify. I know that like Spotify Wrapped. So people are listening to their podcasts on Spotify and stuff like that. Interesting.
Dude, yeah. And we did have a few of our listeners post their Wrapped, and we were on those lists. That's always a very touching moment for me every year. I'm like, oh my God.
People are posting in their stories that we made their list. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
I know, it's awesome.
It's so awesome. Could
so
cry.
Cool. Okay, so last section, let's talk about looking to 2025.
Looking to 2025. All right. So for me, okay, I'll start. My looking for 2025 for the podcast, I'm really looking forward to more new movies and podcast growth. I really love the podcast. I feel like this year was our most chill year in the sense that we didn't stress out about it. We didn't overthink it. We showed up. We were easy on each other when we couldn't show up. And I just, it made me realize removing any of the shoulds. I should do this. I should do that. So I could get it to here and just like flowing and making it fun. How much I really just reinforced how much I really love it. And I just really love it. So that's that. And I was wondering we did 20, this will be 22 episode, like the 22nd episode of this year. So we would, after this episode, have had 22 episodes. Can we get to episode 200 in 2025? That'll be 31 episodes though.
Okay.
So maybe not. Maybe we sprinkle in an extra one in October. Maybe not. No pressure. I just really love watching movies and talking to you about them. So I'm looking forward to more of that, even if it's 20 episodes and that's what we do. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I did that math too. I was like, damn, are we about to hit 200? And then I was like, calculating. I was like, no, I think that would be like 2026 actually. But we might be able to, if we do kind of squeeze in a few extra here and there, maybe, but no pressure, like you said.
Totally no pressure. If we're like, hey, let's do a few extra episodes, cool. If not, then 2026 will be our episode 200.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to our community on Discord growing. So I'm going to be posting more about that, because the last time I posted, I think we got a couple more people, or a few more people that joined when I posted join our Discord community.
Oh, cool.
And I just love it. So I'm looking forward to getting to know everybody in there more, being more engaged in there, and just really building that little horror family within our community. That's my pod excitement. More movies, more you and I on this podcast, more episodes, and not more episodes like we're, what I'm saying. I'm just looking forward to recording and more community, more. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yay. I agree. I put also that I would love for the Discord community to continue growing. I do like having it as like a space to just drop in cool updates or thoughts or whatever. Like it's kind of like, an online friend group.
Yes.
It's always there to just, hear you scream into the ether, I guess, and vice versa. Like, tell us what you're up to. Give us your updates. Did you watch a great movie, a terrible movie? What? Tell us, post your memes. That's, I agree with that. And then I also put that I am really just excited to have this new laptop that I can record and edit on. It's making things so much easier, even right now in this moment, that I can have a second monitor where I have notes. So yay. That'll be awesome.
And you'll see neither of us said, I'm really going to commit to more interaction online, because we're not going to go that route again. I'm probably going to post exactly as much as I do. And there will be waves of, I'm going to post some things, and then waves of, you're going to get the episode graphic. But definitely when we have stuff going on, check it out.
Yeah, definitely. No, I love that, because I do think that we're just giving ourselves permission to do what we need to do. And I think that's why we've been able to do this for so long, for so many years, because we don't burn ourselves out on it. And I think it's important. We have conversations all the time about this. I think it's important that we continue to do that and make sure that we're doing fun stuff, having fun, and not putting too much pressure on ourselves. So
yes.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool. Personal stuff. I have here more gaming. I'm truly a wannabe gamer. And I'm hoping to do more gaming now that we have our Xbox. And so I would like to do that.
I don't think you can call yourself a wannabe gamer. You are gaming already.
Oh, once I play a game, it's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I can be a part of the click. Okay, cool.
I admit you, as somebody that also doesn't feel like a gamer. I'll hold the door open.
Nice. Okay. So I'm going to be doing some games. I'm playing some games. I'm excited about that. And that's funny. I think typically at the beginning of the year, when people want to be productive and make resolutions, they're like, less gaming and more that. Nope. Less of all that and more gaming.
Yeah. Perfect.
I am looking forward to personal and spiritual growth. I'm looking forward to more stories. So I committed to reading 2 books a month this past year, and I've only reached a goal of 13 instead of 24, but it was 13 stories that I didn't know before.
Yeah.
And so this year I'm going to pick one a month and hopefully blow that out of the water. But I really do love reading stories. And just 2 more things I have here. I'm looking forward to this is just starting in the works. I'm possibly going to travel to Israel, and I'm very excited about this. We're organizing a community trip. And so it just depends on cost and timing and everything like that. The intention is for me to be able to participate. So I'm very excited about that and hoping that comes true. The other thing I hope comes true, and I'm looking forward to it, is seeing Tawny and Jade again in person. So wherever that is, or however that is, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be cool with the Israel trip. Is that how does that work? Is it just like everybody goes to Like, how long is it? Is it or do you get a guided tour? Like, what's
yes? So
what is it?
I'm a board member for the Jewish Community Center, and the rabbi is the CEO. So we are working together to figure all of that out. But how it works is, we are gonna be together as a group, whoever signs up to go, and we're gonna go. We literally met about it this morning. Let's get together and talk about the different experiences that people could have. So we will have different things to do, like some more like philanthropy type work. Like we could do something where we are rebuilding the homes there, or whatever the case may be. So do something like that. Do, of course, like visits to, major sites there. Mm-hmm. So we'll have the different activities. I think we're looking at 2 weeks, but I'm thinking 1 to 2 weeks. He said 2 weeks, and I was like, that sounds great, but I have 1 week also in my mind.
Yeah, it's a long time.
And so we'll have places where we'll stay, and excursions, activities that we do as a group together.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. I didn't realize that you were planning it.
It literally just was like last week when I met with him, he goes, what if we did this? And I said, yeah. And so,
yes.
So we just started planning literally today.
Cool.
So I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
How about you? Awesome. What are you looking forward to in 2025?
So for 2025, the thing that I'm most excited about that literally just happened. So I told you to put a pin in it, and we're coming back. Jade got that money from his grandmother, Donna, who passed. And Donna loved to travel. And so the very first thing we all said on Christmas was like, oh my, like Jade's mom, Jenny, was like, you could use that to go to Japan, because Jade and I have wanted to go to Japan since before. Both of us have wanted to go to Japan since before we met each other, since we were kids. And it's just the top number one place I would love to travel, and he would love to travel, and we want to go together. It's it's so neat and cool. So we got that money, and then yesterday, I'm lost in the days. I'm like, what fucking day is it? Yeah, yesterday on Saturday, I got a flight alert for a round trip ticket to Tokyo for $786 from our airport, which is cheap.
The fucking universe,
I know,
is aligning hardcore for you. This is amazing. This is like eerie level.
I know. I know, right? I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off, but I'm just excited.
This is amazing. I had to cut you off to say, are you fucking kidding me? This is amazing.
What
are you doing? I want to get in this flow you're in.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea, but it's whatever it is, it's working.
So great.
I'm just trying. I really this year have really tried not to be worried about finances. And I think that is honestly doing a lot for me, to be honest, because I am sort of a scarcity mindset. I can fall into scarcity mindset and be scared, especially when it comes to finances and security easily. That's one of my, big anxieties. But so we got that money on Wednesday, because it was, Christmas. And then I thought the next day, I was like, yeah, that would be so awesome. Because she was like, that's what Donna would want you to spend this money on, is going on a really awesome trip. And so I was thinking the next day, I'm just going to have to keep my eye out for those flight notifications. And when I see one that is in Japan, we're just going to have to jump on it. And then lo and behold, 2 days later on Saturday, I get this alert, and I'm telling Jade gets up, and I was like, I just got an alert for this thing. And he was like, book it, book it now. And I was like, we just got to figure out dates. So we're going to go at the end of May, which is kind of soon. That's only 5 months away. Most people plan their Japan itineraries a year in advance. So I'm hoping that doesn't mean anything bad for us. I'm hoping that we can still book stuff, but we're not going to go during a peak travel time or anything. So Yeah, but I'm stoked. We're both so stoked. It will be so fun.
If you
We're
need,
gonna go for 2 weeks. That's a long fucking time.
that's a long time. If you need any, or if you have any questions about certain things or want any shares at all, my eldest this year went to Japan for 4 weeks and left the last week of May because she also was waiting for school to get done. And then she went. So she went all over.
Damn. Yeah, I bet she went all over. 4 weeks is a long, long time. Like, yeah, all the wrecks, all of them. I mean, we're flying, we fly into and then back out of Tokyo. So I feel like we're not going to be able to go too far away from Tokyo because we have to come back to fly out. But yeah, I'm just stoked.
I'll ask her for all of her, because I know there was a lot of stuff she looked up where they were like, get this kind of a pass. Don't use this transportation. Do this. Don't do this. Do that. And so she made a plan, but then went and actually experienced it and can say, okay,
it's always different.
Yeah.
Being there and doing it. Totally. So
I'll tell her to put some stuff together.
Yeah, I would love that. That would be great.
That's exciting. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was like, the only thing that I'm excited about because it's like it happened yesterday. And I'm like, it's the only thing I can think about right now because I'm just fully focused on that. But yeah.
So exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait for you.
I know. I can't wait for 2025. It's almost here, a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited to just keep this train going.
Yeah. Yeah.
All aboard the awesome years train.
Yeah. Yes. Take it all the way.
Yeah.
All the way to the great beyond one day, many, 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 many years away, like when you're 100.
It's so far.
So far.
Yeah, well, unless my quality of life is real bad, then we can shorten that a little bit.
No, I like to focus like 100, but the quality of life is great. And I just kind of go to bed one day and, go to
sleep. Very easy.
Yeah.
The final sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Wow. I hope we have an amazing 2025, and I hope everybody who's listening to this does.
Me too.
As well.
Yeah. And they will.
Yeah, they will.
It's going to be great. Everyone.
Yeah, I agree. I also really like how it's very easy to know how many years our podcast has been going because we started in 2020.
I know. That is very nice.
Yes. And I can't say what movies I'm excited for next year because I have not looked at anything coming out. I have no idea. So we'll see.
Me either. Yeah. I do feel like 2024 overall was a pretty good year for horror. 2022 was great. 2023, not so great. And then I feel like 2024 has been good too. But there have been a handful of just mediocre things as well. But I feel like we've bounced back. So maybe 2025 might be a little bit of an off year, but I feel like there's a handful of projects that got pushed, like Silent Hill. The Silent Hill movie didn't come out this year. So hopefully that comes out in 2025. Obviously looking forward to that, but that's the only one I know of.
Stranger Things season 5 final season's coming out.
Stranger Things? Oh, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Was that supposed to be this year?
No. It is supposed to be 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I just got all mixed up in my head when you said that. I think it's because I added The Strangers Chapter 1 to the list of 2024 movies that I hadn't seen. And so I was thinking that, but that's why I was all confused.
I hadn't seen that either.
Yeah, we should watch that at some point. But
yeah. And of course, very typical Two Chicks style. We have no idea what we're doing for our birthday, but I'm pretty sure a Discord, just like the last 2 years, we really enjoy that platform. A little Discord party will happen and we'll just let you know. And what are we watching? I don't know. I don't know.
You heard it earlier. We can't plan anything.
And we're not going to stress ourselves out.
Yeah.
To force ourselves to do that.
But we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Things.
We'll be there. We'll have something going on.
Yeah. And then obviously a very special thank you to all of our patrons and all of our listeners and all of our members in the Discord community. And also thanks again, to all of the people who are like silent listeners, people who don't engage or comment, they just listen. We know you're out there.
Yes, we do.
And thank you for listening and supporting this show.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Absolutely. We love doing this, and it's really cool that other people like it too.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'd love it as much, actually, if nobody liked it. I might start questioning myself.
Yeah, definitely. There would definitely be more stress or worry over it for sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I second everything that Tawny said.
Yeah.
Thanks for being our little family.
Yeah.
And supporting
thank you.
the show.
Oh, it's the best. Best community on the internet.
Truly is the best.
All right. Was that it?
I think that's it. I think we are done. And
another little bullet points.
This one is going to come out on New Year's Eve. And so, I'm really, really excited to see all of you again, or to connect with all of you again in 2025 and have an amazing year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
No nightmares.